Hard work and determination. These are the prominent themes in all shonen anime. Seen as the target audience is children, it would make sense that the takeaway would be something as simple as never giving up no matter what. In a sense, we can compare hard work and determination to the hero's journey. The hero starts out as absolute garbage, and after many struggles, both mentally and physically, they become the person they always wished to be. How noble. But here's where the main issue comes in: how it is executed. One common way I see the hero's journey being done for the protagonist is that they start out as the average Joe. Everyone around them is extremely talented or just have something crucial that the main character doesn't have. The main character then finds or goes to their source of inspiration and starts to train to the max, usually ending in failure or shortcomings, and that's where they usually give up. Until some outside force, usually a mentor or friend, brings them back up, or their latent godlike abilities start to give rise, giving them the necessary boost that they couldn't achieve on their own. Though technically we can call this the hero's journey, it is a complete contradiction and insult to the theme of hard work and never giving up. If the essence of hard work and never giving up is for one to rise using their willpower and building up what little strength they have to something great, then hasn't one strayed away from the path that they initially set themselves up for? By building one's strength using simpler ways such as the help of others or by relying on hidden powers to make up for shortcomings, is the strength really attained in the end the product of hard work? After watching dozens of shonen anime throughout the years, I noticed that this was the way the protagonists overcame every obstacle that they encountered. Once the strength they had earned legitimately fell short, they only managed to pull through using short bursts of hidden power. This method of character projection destroys the original essence of the character that we stood behind from the start. What the character stood for, what the character wanted to prove to the world, that they could become the best by their own means. But for every rule, there's an exception. Enter the world of Rock Lee. His journey starts out like any usual hard work oriented shonen protagonist. He was the weakest in his class and was absolutely horrible in all three aspects of being a ninja. Thus, he was deemed incapable of being successful in life. Not wanting to give up on his dream and to prove to everyone that anyone can succeed if they work hard enough, even someone as hopeless as him, he began his hero's journey. Fast forward a few years later and we are introduced to the product of his hard work, and it is absolutely glorious. Before we ever saw him fight, we only knew as him of the top of his class, and since we hadn't seen much of what the class could do, we could only understand so much about the strength he had acquired. An arc or two later after the belt test, we are finally introduced to the power of Lee in the training exams. On first sight, he was being pushed around by two Chunin quite easily, which did his reputation no favors. Now the fruit of his labors were suspect, until the hotshot himself came into the scene. Sasuke wasted no time to show his prowess in Genjutsu, prompting one of the Chunin to attack Sasuke, Sasuke retaliating with equal force. What would have been a banger of a fight was ended abruptly by an unexpected contender, Rock Lee. Sasuke so far had been seen performing feats far beyond what others his age are capable of, a prodigy of sorts. Rock Lee being able to take the full force of Sasuke's kick as well as that of another ninja with one hand each was the perfect introduction to Lee's strength. Barely a few minutes later, Rock Lee confronts Sasuke privately to prove himself to his one true love, Sakura. Though Rock Lee wasn't the only one competing with Sasuke for the affection of Sakura, and so Naruto foolishly challenged Rock Lee instead. In what seemed like a mere instant, with a single flick of his wrist, Naruto was incapacitated by Rock Lee. Naruto wasn't a pushover though, so that feat was quite a bit impressive. The real fun starts when Rock Lee actually decided to get serious. Rock Lee advances so fast to the point that he couldn't be seen even by the likes of Sasuke. Sasuke knew that at the moment, he amounted to nothing against Rock Lee, and before he could mount a decent counter with his Sharingan, the next thing he knew, he was in midair, with Lee about to give that sucker one hell of a power drive. Unfortunately, we never got to see that because of one special turtle. So, I bet you must be asking what was the point of all of what I just said. It was the perfect example of what hard work looked like. Sasuke was a natural talent praised by all, whilst on the contrary, Lee was talentless and looked down on by all. To see the likes of Sasuke have his pride smacked down like that by someone who should be leagues below him shows that you don't need to be at a certain level to rise to the top. The same thing goes for his fight against Gaara. Gaara is far beyond the realm of natural talent. He was gifted what many, even the talented, can hope to ever achieve: unimaginable, unstoppable power. Yet Lee, using solely hard work and unrelenting will, was able to show that this unstoppable power wasn't all that impressive, that if you really know what you're about and are willing to work hard enough, no matter how difficult it gets, you will gain that power too. Though hard work can only take you so far, the defeat of Lee by Gaara signified that defeat is all part of the grind, and if you can't pull yourself up after a crippling defeat, maybe the top just isn't for you. Thanks for watching this video, and I would like to politely ask one question to end this video off nicely. What does hard work look like in anime to you?